Hello and welcome to today's historic Best of 3 Tech and Gameplay video. This week's video is on basically Boros Warriors, or Warrior Tribal. And Warrior Tribal is, if you are like me and love a tribal list, it's a tribe that, as you will see in a moment, clearly has support, but you've never ever seen it played ever. If you play constructed, maybe in their respective limited, they might see play, but nobody ever runs warrior tribal or payoffs. And yeah, I'm just going through the backlog of all the lists and stuff that I built up, and I knew I wanted to do a video on eventually, and this is that. Warrior tribal is exactly what you would think, like we talked about. Play cards that are warriors and care about other warriors, like Kargan War Leader, simple ward plus lord effect. Old Suki Kyoshi Captain, just basically, a lord and then some for your warriors. Or cards like the Alchemy Craterous Stomp, which was another thing that made me want to make this list. Now, the fact that it is this doesn't seem like it would be a warrior card, since the Kindred Instant subtype it has is giant. But as you can see by reading the card, it deals 3 damage to a target creature and opponent controls, and each other creature that player controls becomes a coward in addition to their other types. Very importantly, this is permanent. Sometimes this effect of make a thing cowardly and cowards can't block warriors is sometimes a temporary status effect, but because this is an alchemy card, it is a permanent one that sticks to the card. And as you can see at the bottom, the whole payoff relative to warriors is that cowards can't block, in this case, warriors. Also does giants, but that's not what we're here for today. Similar things, and this is kind of what I meant where the whole coward and warrior thing is sometimes temporary. Old Kargan Intimidator is a version of it that's temporary. But this is the core of what the deck basically wants to do. Play warriors at each drop on the curve. Try and apply some pressure and sneak out some wins, topping out with things like a Kargan War Leader or old Gornog here, which is again another thing that makes cowards, and cowards not being able to block warriors, yada yada, in addition to a sort of lord effect on its own. We do have some glue to sort of hold the thing together. Skyclave is not in fact a warrior, but is a dude that also removes a thing, which we love. Lalia is card draw, is also a warrior, which is nice. Wellspring for also card draw. And then you have weird bits of tech, example Lightning Helix. Sometimes you just gotta Helix a face to close out a game. Very simple. Crater Maker, a warrior that can, have some upside. Kindra, make a thing unblockable. Again, all sort of in the realm of what the deck wants to do. Land base, also very self-explanatory. All lands that can come into play untapped on turn 1. Shock lands, I still don't know what these things are called. I'm just going to call them pain lands, I guess. Some Cavern of Souls, just for mana fixing and, tech for counterspells. Some Ramanov Ruins, since we're an aggressive deck anyway, that's in red, you might as well run the Ruins, since you're not here to, try and live forever. You're trying to run down your opponent. And then we got a couple of just utility lands, because utility lands in the mana base is great. Sideboard, somewhat self-explanatory. Squelcher is more for either if you need more counterspell help, or really it's the ward 2 life thing to this and all your stuff. Crater Maker is one that, before the Eldrazi nerfs happened to the format, this thing was an all-star and could just get rid of Eldrazi for free. Now this is more of a artifact removal card, since some affinity decks have really taken over the format. Boros Charm, again, can be useful for any number of any reasons that you would imagine from the charm itself. Flanker, a warrior that ETBs, also kind of works like a charm and has various effects that are useful. Ferocidon, not a warrior, but you'd hate on life gain. Feast and Famine is one of the better swords in the format just because black and green are really popular colors in the format. Settle for a aggressive deck friendly sweeper. And a single copy of One Ring to both buy yourself a turn against opposing aggro decks or to just really dig for a lot of cards. If you happen to need more card draw, again, maybe a black heavy discard list, One Ring is a good way to like try and get some extra gas, because aggressive decks need gas. And that is the basis of the list. Again, turn 1, play Warrior. Turn 2, play Warrior. Turn 3, play Big Warrior that buffs other warriors. And then send your warriors to your opponent's face. Very self-explanatory. And honestly, is it going to be the best thing in the format? No. Is it really a really interesting like build in a tribe that we talked about that doesn't ever see any play? Yes. And you can have some fun with it. But anywho, speaking of that fun, we'll go on now to game number 1. But before we do, don't forget to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you like my grab bag of content and would like to see more in the future, or if you have, constructive comments like I don't have X, what about Y, or other generally nice / constructive things, I'll respond to those comments. Now, with all that out of the way, we'll go on now to game number 1. And game number 1. Honestly, this is pretty good. 1 drop, 2 drop. Don't have 3 drops, but we have things to do. But I also see our opponent has, I would say, is going for Battle of Wits, but I don't think that's in the format. But yeah, we'll go ahead and keep this. I don't know of a non-meme reason you'd run that many cards. Again, I don't think Battle of Wits is in the format. I would have tried to make something work with that. Admittedly, very fun, but very silly, like alternate win con. Is it Charbelcher? I've seen a whole lot of Modern Horizons lands. Okay, if it's Charbelcher, life is gonna suck. Actually, hang on. I think I'd actually save the mana for an Usher of the Fallen. This, again, doesn't seem like a terribly great card, but it's like, when you're looking for warriors, you gotta, like, really, dig deep in the binder, as it were, to find things that work. And it's not an awful card. It's a 1 mana, 2/1. It's a Savannah Lion, or whatever. It's good stats, and can also turn out more dudes. The deck wants exactly that. The hell is this card? Sunburst, remove a charge counter from this artifact. Oh, mana of any color. Sunburst enters charge for each color of mana. Cool. Okay, I have no idea what we're going up against, so I'm not gonna like try to worry too much about it. I guess now we'll play the Wellspring. Go face. I think Charbelcher's 4 mana and 3 to activate. So if he has the Charbelcher, this is the time. But this is one of those where you would run. I was gonna say something like a Symbol of the Team, but Westclaw Talisman also does a good job of finding said Charbelcher. There's a whole lot of, if this is Charbelcher, there's a whole lot of, like, what's the word, for lack of a better, duds that you're gonna hit with the Charbelcher to, like, probably really limit the damage. Like Talisman, or like, again, like in the Symbol of the Team, like, okay, that's like fine. You gotta find some way to do it. You can't have nothing but lands, because I think you have to hit a land for the ability, or, sorry, you have to have some amount of non-lands, because I believe you mechanically have to, okay, I no longer know. You have to hit a non-land at some point to, like, actually have the thing work, if that makes sense. I might be wrong, but, like, I think that's how that works. Huh. Hang on. This creature enters. I've seen this card before, but I'm a little interested. Conjure a card named this into your hand. Discard that card at the beginning of the next end step. When this creature enters, tap a target permanent you don't control. Conjure a... Okay, no, so it's not a copy of this. It's a brand new instance. So I couldn't make this thing a coward, then you would get nothing but cowards in his hand. That's where my brain was thinking. he doesn't have a lot of life. He's gonna have to block. Just do the aggressive deck thing and have a lightning helix to have, you know, that clip on standby ready to go. Lelia's fantastic. Both card draw and a warrior. We'll also have ward, thanks to the old war leader, provided it lives, but I'd be very surprised if our opponent can, like... Well, I was going to say... Normally I was going to say I'd be surprised if our opponent with a deck this big can actually, like, find what they need, but they have a Wish Claw. Sweeper? It's white. Oh, is it basically? Isn't that... Hang on. Let's feel a land card. This card's another hand. Hang on, what is the win con here? I unironically know most... Oh, okay, I see some creeping chills. Is this some weird dredgeless dredge thing? But even the old actual, like, dredgeless dredge ones, like, there's not enough of the cute abilities to, like, kill me in that turn. Yeah, you have Narcomoebas and 4 creeping chills, but, like, none of them have haste or anything like that. I don't think I have to care. Like, what they're doing is very cute, but, like, I don't know if they needed to go this hard. And you have, like, World Spine and, like, Progenitus to make sure you don't mill yourself out. Like, I get the bit. What is that? What the fuck is... Oh, what is this? Targets a spell or ability opponent controls. Discard this layer after... Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I mean, okay, that's fine. It's like, okay. Then he was going to give a thing haste, and that's like, fine. Okay, so now I understand. It's like a dredgeless dredge thing. It's not exactly a... oh, God. Where's the button? It's like up here somewhere. There we go. It's not exactly... a Charbelcher, but it, like, honestly, with the amount of cards they have, they might literally have both in their deck. What do we bring in? How does... Is it... I think Creeping Chill is each opponent, I believe. Yeah, each opponent, so you can't one ring out of it. One ring, another use of it is weird stuff like this. Honestly, I think we just play the flanker, get rid of Stomp, because they're not looking to go long. Maybe also the other... one Stomp down. Honestly, Crater Makers aren't that helpful. So maybe a couple Charms. You might bring in more... well, you would assume they would bring in some Sweepers against an aggressive deck. But to be honest, if I died to like some balustrade fucking dredgeless dredge thing, like, alright, we're gonna lose. Let's lose against something cool. Oh, we got a... Hell yeah. Don't have a one drop, but we have, you know, flanker here, which will hopefully pose their little plan. Not gonna lie, though, we'd love to draw a 2-drop. That isn't Bolt or Bolt adjacent. Oh, it probably could have cut Apparition and, like... Well, no. Eh. It's fine. There's an argument maybe that you cut the Skyclave Apparitions in any way, and then you could, like, use things like the Crater Maker to get rid of, like, their artifact ramp that they have floating around. Okay, that's, like, one turn too slow, but sure. Gornog. Hasty Warrior. I didn't pay attention to how much the Balustrade Spy cost, because I've never actually played against that card in real life. So, you know, there's that. But luckily, I mean, our opponent isn't really, you know, offering up much in the way of interaction. He says before he eats a removal spell. Weirdly, I'm actually going to use the Charm. Permanent you control, gain indestructible. I think it's really, really important. The deck is, like, so heavily meme that there's no way they have that much interaction. So we just gotta, like, take what we can get when we can get it. Okay, so there's Charbelcher and that. So it is both. Oh, that really stinks, though. How does this work? Again, cards, top of library, reveal land card, deals number of non-land cards reveal this way any target. It's a mountain, deals double the damage instead. That stinks a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd have to name Sky. Yeah, okay. Just kinda have to hope they brick. And, like, don't kill me on the spot. I can interact a little bit in the form of a Helix, but, like, what are you gonna do? It reveals, so it doesn't exile, so the flanker's not doing anything. So, we're just gonna Helix now. And if we die, we die. Jeez! Oh my god! Does it? Hang on. Cards. I'm gonna reveal this way. Until you reach a non-land reveal, the revealed card was a mountain. Maybe I misunderstand that. I don't think you actually have to ever hit a land card. I don't think. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I dying to a Charbelchery Balustrade Spy thing is like. This card you might see, I might see once a month. So, like, you can't, like, plan against everything. And to be fair, I mean, they were at 4. We did the thing that I always say that you should do in a game. We made them have the thing to where, clearly, if they didn't, like, drop us in that turn, the game was over. We were gonna win next turn. So, like, I don't feel that bad about it. Anywho, on to now on to game number 2. And game number 2 with our little, oh, that's a no-lander, Boros Warrior aggro list. That's better. My God. Usher can go. It's a great card in theory, but never really plays out as well as you think it will. I almost goofed the land, so I have to play the cave on 2 so that I can actually play a thing on 2. Azorius control? Because, fast Azorius decks don't exist in the format. They just don't. That headliner actually changes things. I think we will do the headliner. Play the headliner. If it gets countered, it gets countered. Probably walking into a removal spell. Any number of white removal spells would make 1000% sense. If nothing else, we can play Suki next turn and just, you know, pump out a buttload of damage. That's Doomscar all day. Okay, hang on. Let's think about this. Cavern of Souls, naming Warrior, still the right play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Then each one gets 4, 8. 8 goes down to 10. This sounds really odd, but I don't know if we. I mean, we care that they have Doomscar, but yeah, I think we just push damage. Sounds really odd. Because this is the only, and I mean now, yeah, it's the only Foretell card that sees any play in the format at all. There was a time the Behold, Draw 2, Scry 2 thing did, but that is not the case. It hasn't been the case for months now, so you don't really ever see any Foretell cards, nor should you. That's kind of a dog water mechanic. That is something. Okay, so we're going against a control deck. We kind of don't mind. Can't counter it. What's that? Lord of the Rings. I think it's a Reprieve. It's like a 1 and a white. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Draw a card. I want to say it's Reprieve, but I think that's the actual card. Tee-hee, har, reading the card explains the card. There you go. Now we're getting there. We're happy. They already goofed. Okay, I don't have the... Can I not have the... Come on. I don't need the card real big now. Okay, stop. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll go ahead and map token. I suppose, in theory... Actually, yeah. In theory, maybe there's a thing we would want to, you know, get rid of with the Creator Maker, but I don't think we're gonna have much use for it. Oh boy, Narset. Okay, so it's just Esper control. Where's the black? I mean, it sounds like a really silly thing to get all actually about. It's a creature, right? One of those weird moments where, like, I think I just go face. I'm already not drawing cards. We might have goofed. If I lose by 1 point of damage, I acknowledge now that I could maybe have cracked the map and gotten an extra point of damage on a Creator Maker.
Keep an open mind.
Okay, that's why the push is there. So yeah, if we lose by 1 point of damage, meh. Why are you pushing that? Why? Why would you push that? That doesn't make sense. Draw the card. Since this is on their turn, we can draw our card. Very cute, but not very helpful. That is actually genuinely huge. They have to have a removal spell. I don't know why they would let it get, like, this close out. It's so odd. Shark Typhoon's a thing. Honestly, just gonna Lightning Helix now where they don't have the veto mana open. Cool, they can cycle a Shark Typhoon and not kill my Creator Maker. Nyeh. We will now... I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna go ahead and crack the map since I have nothing else to do anyway. Another Lightning Helix is great. It means they have to keep open a Dovin's Veto, which means they have effectively 2 mana less on their turn. Why would they do that? What is... I have you dead on board and in hand. Why would you do that? Why? What was the good outcome there? Fine, whatever. Okay, fine. Creator Maker, bye-bye. Squelcher, you're in. Honestly, One Ring doesn't really work if they're going to have access to Narset, so we don't do that. Creature for the turn. Scry 2, gain 2, exile. Meh. Honestly, Feast and Famine is not the worst. Stomp and Kinra can go down. I mean, they show that they have, like, you know, that they're willing to cycle a Shark Typhoon for, like, small amounts. But really, whatever Esper control they're playing is not really going to play the small creatures that are going to be easily, like, turned off with things like a Kinra. Does not, however, mean we don't want them. Yeah, the Cowards and Warriors part of this isn't really going to be the most relevant. We don't love. But this is one of those we're doing good. Just, you know, go face. I mean, go face fast. We are doing, like, the good, thing. I was gonna say Divine Purge would absolutely blow chunks, but we don't have to worry about that. Sunset Revelry. I've seen this card forever. More life than you, gain 4. More creatures, 2 dudes. More cards. Draw a card. Cool. In that case... Why is it doing that? Let me play just the card. Thank you. In the meantime, Gornog. Make a dude a coward. And because it's 1 coward, everybody gets a big buff from Gornog. Anything they... I mean, they're... You know, they can make good trades to remove a dude that, like, you know... We're in a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, like, now... They brought in, like, Wrath of Gods, or what have you. It's like, it's so easy. It's not even a question. I was gonna say push, but that's no push. Lelia in that case. Attack, go face. Become somehow more cowardly. Honestly, in a great spot. I mean, again, they could play a land and have a sweeper, and I don't think we really care. Vanishing Verse is a thing. Don't think I have lethal, do I? Right. No. In that case, Stadium Headline and an Orange Wellspring. Again, even more. Orange Wellspring, cute little interaction besides, you know, just how the card works, is the whole mobilize, forcefully sacking whatever the token is, giving us even, what's the word, quicker activation of the Wellspring. We've got that. We don't really care. That's totally fine, because I have another dude. I do maintain, though, that they made all the correct choices. They did exactly as you are supposed to do in that instance. Play Gornog. Usher the Fallen on top. Go face. Luckily, because this is a jumpstart card, so it's not exactly an alchemy card, but the coward creature type does stick to the target. Now, granted, you know, it's a token, so a token doesn't, you know, persist through zones, but like if it was a regular creature, I believe it would also persist through zones in the same way that an alchemy card would. But yeah, honestly, this is like a good showing of the lists. You know, you're not going to win everything, and like, do I think it's going to be like the next top of the format thing ever? No. But dude, it's been really fun. It's like good enough to get you in, you know, into platinum ranks. And like, that's, as I say this all the time, but you know, for me, that's enough for a list. I don't need that much. And I guarantee I will come back to this list in the future, because Warriors is it's not evergreen. What's the other word? Is it perennial? Basically, Warriors aren't, you know, a tribe or a type that gets a whole lot of support. You gotta wait a while, but I mean, it does, you know, it pops back up from time to time. So when that happens, I can see myself very much so coming back to this list. Or maybe if you just got like sufficiently good like warriors that didn't even necessarily care about like other warriors. But anywho, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh wait, by the way, before bye-bye, like, sub, comment, YouTube things. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.